In this video, we're going to be using the Haslinger Sheep Milk Shaving Soap and the TI Spartacus Razor. Stay tuned. Hey there, folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host, CDB. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And as mentioned before, today we're going to be using the Haslinger Sheep Milk Shaving Soap, which is out of Austria. And so Austrian soap today. And we're going to be using the TI Spartacus Razor, which was honed by Mike Baker. And I believe this one has an Arkansas edge on it. So I really look forward to using this. Mike Baker is a great guy. He knows what he's doing with honing. I guarantee it. Even though I've never tried his edge, I've watched his videos and he is just a great guy. He offers tips, tricks. He makes a lot of honing videos. He really makes all sorts of videos. He has a lot of different hobbies and interests. Great guy. So we look forward to trying his edge today. And we're going to get right into it with the Haslinger. It comes to you for $7.99 for 2.11 ounces. That is $3.78 per ounce on our cost chart there, which is a good price. Again, comes out of Austria, and we'll show you the ingredients right there. The soap, the Synth, for me is not really remarkable. It's just kind of a bright, soapy type scent, almost a slightly floral maybe. And this is a really hard soap, so I loaded a little bit on my brush today. I didn't bother cutting a piece off and putting it in the bowl. I'm going to use it like a shave stick, but I also loaded a little bit on the brush, so we won't spend all day on it. This here is just plain water in a continuous mister, and we're just going to load some of this on my face, sort of like a shave stick. We have our standard 24 hours growth today, and we look forward to using Mike's edge. If you've never seen Mike's channel, I will link it below. I encourage you to give him a watch. I would be surprised if this isn't a good edge. I really would. Okay, let's set that aside and wipe our hands off. More importantly, you really do need dry hands when using a straight razor. But first we're going to lather, so let's add a little more moisture. And then, again, we loaded a little bit of soap on the brush already. And I need hydration already. I need some hydration in this brush. I'm just going to spray a little in there. Generally, I'll have the lather already made in a bowl, but since this one was so hard, I didn't feel like cutting a piece off the puck and trying to press it into a bowl, because some of these don't press very well into bowls. They're so hard, they just sort of, if you do put them in a bowl, they'll just sort of move around on you, which is a pain in the rear. And so it's easier just to load the brush or use it like a shave stick. Let's try not to spray myself in the eyes with that. Brush today is West Coast Shaving. There we go. We won't spend all day on it because there's really no need to. This will make a nice lather. I used Haslinger years ago, and I thought it was a good quality soap. But we will not spend all day lathering it just because there's no compelling reason to do that. This is plenty good enough. Okay, let's set the brush aside there. Now we'll wipe our hands off after we rinse the soap off of them, of course. Again, make sure you're using dry hands. That is very, very important. You don't want your hands slipping when you have a really sharp straight razor. About to do business. All right, let's get going and try Mike Baker's edge for the first time. Really looking forward to it. Trying to keep these hands dry. It's kind of hard to dry them sometimes after you get them wet. All right, let's get going here today and see how we do. Tears aside, Mike Baker's edge. Very nice. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have any problems today with Mike's edge. As you can see there, or maybe you can hear it. Cutting very well, no problems at all. And I think this was the Arkansas edge, but I'm not 100% sure. I know he sent another razor that was finished on Escher, so we look forward to trying that one as well. But those first few strokes were as I expected. If you've been watching Mike Baker as long as I have, you're going to expect a pretty good edge because he does a lot of videos on honing and knife sharpening as well. So he's certainly a guy that knows his way around edges, and this is a nice edge. It is. I would say I would say it's sharp. slightly toothy, but nice all the same. I could feel it cutting well, and that is the main thing. Very nice. And this is a different type of edge. Again, I believe this is Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken. And so it's going to feel a little bit different than some of the other edges that I'm used to, but it's feeling good. So I didn't expect anything different from Mike, to be honest with you. Very nice. No problems with it cutting. And as I said before, I'd be surprised if I got an edge from Mike and it wasn't sharp, because he does a lot of sharpening. All right. First pass, no issue. On this next pass, we need to try to get a little more hydration in this lather. When I bowl lather it, I tend to be able to work the hydration in there pretty well and pretty easy. But I don't do a lot of face lathering these days. For one, for me, I didn't really find it all that necessary. I make it in a bowl and it works well for me. But two, I like to go easy on my face and just sort of paint it on the face, because I'm, you know, dragging the sharp steel across it. So I don't see any reason to put it through any more trauma than necessary. And on this pass, we're going to try to go with a little more hydration, but thin on the lather. Again, please keep in mind that a thick Santa Claus beard is not required, and in some cases can be counterproductive. Get a little bit more there just to even it out, because it's a little thicker on this side than it is on the other. What I'm looking for is just a sheen of thickness, and if I achieve that, that's really all I need. It doesn't have to be thick, and we don't want to spend all day doing it. Right, that's going to be enough. I might actually spray just a slight bit of water on it just to add a little hydration. Just a little bit there. There we go. That right there is all you need, and that's going to work just fine. Now, again, I like to caveat, if you really enjoy taking your time making great lathers, no problem whatsoever in doing that. But we don't want to mislead new people and having them believe they have to have this, you know, lather that takes 10 minutes to create, because you do not. You just need that, mostly the slickness is what you're looking for, or at least it is for me. And here we go with our, what I think is an Arkansas progression, and I will ask Mike and confirm it below. You can hear the razor. Can you hear that? This razor does some singing, which I like. I like these hollow grinds. They're my favorite grind. Just don't care for the wedges as much. Some people prefer wedges. That is entirely okay if you fall into that category. But for me, these hollow grinds are fantastic. Very nice. You can definitely hear the cutting there. At least I hope it's coming across on the camera. Can you hear that? Very nice indeed. This blade is a singer right here, I'm telling you what. And I'll also say I like the tune it's singing to. Very nice. So thank you again, Mike. Mike also put in an old shoemate razor for me, to try his Escher edge as a gift. Let's hold that down there so we don't bunch up the skin. The reason for stretching again is to make sure that skin doesn't bunch up, so you roll over it and cut it, and to present a flat surface. That's the whole point of stretching. Mike actually did a video, I want to say a couple months ago, and he sustained a cut, and he still showed that video as a lesson to people about stretching. And I applaud Mike for doing that, because we all cut ourselves from time to time. No one is perfect, even a seasoned shaver like Mike. You know, you can have a moment there where you're not on your game, and he used it as a teaching moment, which I really appreciated, especially as someone who's I consider myself still to be in the learning stages of straight razor shaving. I'm not brand new, but I'm certainly not an advanced straight razor shaver with the level of experience, as many are, like, the Stallion or whomever. Pick your shaver that you've been watching for years and years using straight razors, and I'm certainly not at that level. I'm still learning each time. Try to get a little better each time. I think that's the key with most anything. Just try to make incremental improvements each time out. And I am really appreciating this edge, Mike. Thank you very much. It's a different sort of edge. It's hard to explain. It's not, it's sharp, but I wouldn't call it like laser beam sharp. But it's got some smoothness, but it's not the smoothest. So it's a very difficult edge to explain. It feels different from anything I've tried. It doesn't feel like a cuticle, but it doesn't feel like, something that's honed purely off synthetic stones, but it's good and comfortable. And so this is one of those, for me, the edge on this one is a good sort of combination. Sharp enough, smooth enough. And so it's working very, very well. And again, we're not going to spend all day on lathering because we don't want to make videos that are 40 minutes long. So we just get a little more hydration. Hydration is really the key for me. Get a little more hydration in there. Work that in just a little bit. As long as the soap is slick, we'll be okay. And it's up to me to wield the razor properly. But if it's not slick and hydrated, you can run into problems with it grabbing, skipping, something like that. But pay more attention to the way your razor is gliding. And if your razor is gliding effectively over your lather, then you're okay. If it's not, then, work at it until you get a consistency that you enjoy. By the way, don't forget, there's a giveaway ongoing. The week 7 giveaway is up, so make sure you enter for that. Thanks to everybody who's been entering those giveaways. We like to give back as much as we can. Thank you all for watching each day. I really appreciate you. And that is not lip service. I try to answer every single comment, and I hope you know that I appreciate you all. It really means a lot. That's why I get in here and share these shaves every single day. Very nice. Very nice. Again, if you haven't checked out Mike Baker, please do. He's been doing it for a long time, and he's really an excellent guy. So check him out. And even if you just like sharpening knives, he's a good guy to watch for that too. Very nice. I'm slowly developing quite a long list of edges I've tried, and making my notes as I go along and learning from the folks who are putting those edges on the razors. And it's really, really interesting to talk to each person and see what their sort of honing philosophy is. And you see right there where that lather is starting to fall a little bit because of the hydration. Don't worry about it. That space right there is going to be plenty slick enough, I promise you. As long as you have this hydration, you'll be okay. Guarantee it. Trying to get those few stubborn hairs right there. But anyway, check out Mike. I really think you'll enjoy his videos, or at least I do. There's snow out again this morning. I don't know if you could hear that snow plow driving down the road scraping. I'm certainly always happy to hear that. That is a sound that you don't mind hearing. Snow plow. Now in a little bit, in the spring, there'll be non-stop lawnmowers and weed eaters and blowers. And they'll be doing a lot of it. And so it's hard to make any sort of content outside, but honestly, I'd rather deal with the weed whackers and lawnmowers than this snow, because it snowed again last night. A number of it, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 inches again, so just enough to be a pain in the rear. And I tell you, this has been a very pleasant shave. First time using Mike Baker's edge. I've enjoyed it. Very nice, very nice. Thank you, Mike. I really appreciate it. All right, let's wipe this off and then we will rinse. We'll come back, get into the post. Stay tuned. All right, and we are back, and off cam, we did a warm water rinse. We followed that with the alum block, applying it to the face, let it set for just a second. Then we did a cold water rinse. After the cold water rinse, we brought out the Thayer's Cucumber Magic because it's made by witches, and that was a really nice shave. The Haslinger soap today treated us well. Really nice cost on it. It's an old classic. I would put it in the realm of classic soaps. It just works in that European tradition. Thumbs up on that. We used our TI Spartacus with Mike Baker edge. Really enjoyed that edge. Different kind of edge, but it was enjoyable. Thank you so much, Mike. And we're going to finish it out today with a little classic skin bracer that's just been decanted into a glass hot sauce bottle. And I just do that to get it out of the plastic because some people feel the plastic sort of puts a plasticky sort of scent in the aftershave. Some think glass helps, some don't. It's up to you. But if you want them, I'll link them for you below. And now we've got a classic scent going here. This reminds me very much of my dad, skin bracer. He was a skin bracer guy, so I always think of my dad when I apply this, and certainly makes me happy. And wherever you are today, hope you're happy, hope you're healthy, hope you're having a great day. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way, and as always, God bless.